Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy. I am a small town country girl from Summerall, Mississippi. Grew up homeschooling, farming, gardening, just a simple life. I was blessed to have a neighbor that was very talented in sewing. Well, she was talented in many ways, but one of the things that I love the most is what she taught me when I was young. I was 13 years old. Well, no. I was 12 and I started babysitting for her. She had a grandson that come up to Hattiesburg, Mississippi from down in Picayune and needed a babysitter the days that she had him once or twice a week. I would go with her. Okay. So she asked my mom if I could babysit for her grandson. I was a professor at USM and Miss Charlene wanted to keep him, but with her sewing, she didn't have the ability to watch him being an infant and toddler at that time and doing her work. So she needed a little bit of help. I was 12. I was the oldest of 5, so I was used to taking care of babies and cooking, cleaning, doing anything in the household or outside. Since I homeschooled, I was able to do my work at night or do up several lessons or do some on the weekends or different things. So my parents agreed for me to be able to babysit. So she would pick me up first thing in the morning, 25-30 minute drive to her shop where she done custom drapes and bedding. And it was very amazing to me that she'd have a big table like this and the things that she would create and make, to see from a roll of fabric and some trim to what it become on some windows or beds. She had a lot of high-end customers that she worked for, and it was just amazing. Lee kept her grandson half a day, part of the day. So the rest of the day, I would do some homework or school that needed to be done until it was time to go at 5. Well, I had turned 13 and one day she asked me to cut out some pillows. Doing custom drapes and bedding, you don't have patterns. You just cut, you go by measurements, add seam allowances, just cut it, make it and go. Well, I had watched her for several months on how to do this and understood what to do. I don't remember the sizes, but I'm sure there was around 16, 18-inch pillows. There was probably, I don't know if there was 2 of them or 4 of them. In my head, I remember the fabric. Well, I cut them out. I was sewing and made them. And it was a sewing machine like this one right here, a big commercial sewing machine that's fast and heavy duty. I got on them, and one of them I was sewing because I had to do piping and I had to put it around. While I was going around a corner, I sewed through my fingernail and finger and everything. I stopped. And I'm a big baby to pain. If you've seen my previous videos, you know I just don't like pain. I'm a big baby. Anyway, I grabbed my finger. I looked around. Nobody was watching. It was in an older home that was downtown. So each room had different things, and that one room had a sewing table and a sewing machine like this, and then she had a quilting machine in another room and stuff. So I grabbed my finger, I run into the bathroom, looked at it, and I taped it up and went back to sewing. I made the pillows and everything, and she was so amazed. They look really good. Well, it was for one of our higher-end customers. So a few weeks later, she's like, "You remember those pillows you made?" I'm like, "Yes." And I was kind of worried, like, was something wrong? You said they were good. She said, "Oh, no. She's like, that fabric was like $350 a yard." I'm like, and you let a 13-year-old go in there with no pattern and start cutting it out. And she's like, "You can't worry about the cost of those fabrics and trims. You just got to cut it out and do it. Put that to the back of your mind." So I always remember that. I never thought about the price or anything else like that, and I just couldn't done. I had I had the confidence to do what she had taught me, and I didn't think about it and done it. So fast forward to now, I have 7 children. The twins are the youngest, and they just started K4 in school. So I was thinking about coming back to doing custom drapes and bedding. I did do it several years until I had Hope, which is 16. I got put on bed rest, had to stop. Before I got pregnant with twins, I worked for a few years there. But being pregnant with twins and high risk and bed rest, I had to stop. So they just turned 5. So it's been a little over 5 years since I've done anything. Now I'm kind of nervous. I don't know. I don't have that confidence of, yes, I can do it and all this. So I have been trying to build myself up to say, yes, you can do this. Which normally it was a different case. I can. And I know I can. Drapes, bedding, pillow shams, dust ruffles, whatever. Throw it at me, I'll do it. Well, I got this job that has come up. And it's not a normal window and a normal job. So it's kind of got me scared because my first job back is going to be something that's unusual, more unusual than. And I don't think it's hard in my mind. It's not. I can do it. But the fabric is very expensive. The trim is expensive. And when I say expensive, back when I was 13, I thought expensive. Now that I'm in my 40s, and everything has went up in prices, it's even more expensive. And I'm trying to put that to the back of my mind and just tell myself I can do it. But I'm the type of person, when I do a job, I want to do it right. I want it 100%. I don't like redos. I don't want to redo anything, even when I'm sewing. If I make a mistake, I don't want to make a mistake. So I'm the type, I'm very cautious. I check my fabric, measure it off so many times. I check my trims, I check my measurements. I have this book I keep with me. I go over it. I really detailed everything, write everything down, and very cautious that I have it right. Because I like to do it right the first time, get it out to my customers, and I want my customers to be happy about their job, their windows, their bedding, whatever I have made them. I want them to be satisfied. And I guess that's why, I always done really well in the past. I worked with several different seamstresses, so I have learned from different ones, different techniques, different ways they work and do. But I like my work to be neat and finished and nice. I do have this job to start, and not only that it's a difficult job, an unusual job, it's a rush job. And today is Thursday. It's got to be ready to install Monday or Tuesday. I'm in Summerall, Mississippi. The job's somewhere in Alabama. So I've got to get it to my installer Monday or Tuesday so they can drive and have it installed. So that's kind of got me nervous too, because I know that's several days away and it's just one window. But then again, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm going to show you a picture of the window and what I've got to do. And I don't know how this video is going to work out when I try to show you. Like I say, I'm not good at making videos. I'm just a mom of 7 that I do mowing, children, housework, rental properties, maintenance on those, from sheetrock to painting. And that's why I'm in my camouflage. I work comfortably in camouflage because they're baggy and big, and I can move around and get what I did. I can't mess them up with paint or whatever I do. And sewing, I get strings and stuff stuck to me and different things like that. So I wanted to be comfortable. I'm going to do the best I can on the upcoming video about this treatment. It may be a video with me talking, it may have me, it may not, it may be a voiceover, who knows? This is just a work in progress. I started out doing videos because my mom from Deep South Homestead, and she has crazy days with Wanda, and also she started a new one in Pecan Grove at their new place, Homestead, and I thought it was really neat what they were doing, and me and the children started that out, but as they got older and then our lives just changed a different direction and we moved and all that, that it's like, hey, I don't have Raising Ronies anymore. It's not all about the kids. We changed the name to Ronies Play and Create because I'm always working and creating and doing something, and the kids are playing, and it's the younger ones, like the twins and Grace, the twins 5, Grace 9, they want to be in the videos. So that's probably who you're going to see more. And as we take this path to kind of learn what our channel will be or what it's going to be, my life's just all new in so many different ways. Learning how to be a mom that's not always got your children under your feet, that they're all in school, and that you've got grown children, you got children that's changing from a child to a young adult, and just transitioning. So my life is just, I'm having to learn to do more by myself, and I'm trying to learn to do more for me. I never take care of myself and think of myself. It's always been about kids. So my life has just taken a big detour. Anyway, let me show you this, and we'll go from there. They decided not to gather, so we just need to disregard all that. But my cinchers are going to be out of this fabric that I'm going to show you. They're going to lap over. And if it was hanging down straight, it would be straight across the bottom. So I've got to have that even perfectly, even though there's an arch there. They're going to have tie backs. I'm going to have a trim that goes down the centers of each one of these sides. And when they pull it back, that's what you see right here is this trim. They want it going down the centers and across the bottom of the panels. Here, where these little red spots are pleats. So they're going to be about 4 to 5 inch pleats that's turned in, going across there on each side. And they are not lined. Depending on this fabric, if my hammer does not want to do it very well, this whole job may be hand hemmed. The trim, it depends on how well both the fabric, which is type of sheer, and the trim that doesn't want to give. I've got to sew it down the center. I don't like puckers or anything. So if it's going to pucker, I will hand sew all of this, because this is a high-end designer in New York. He likes his stuff perfectly done, which, like I said before, I do like to make my jobs look perfect. This is the trim. Okay, this is a woven trim. Very thick, very nice trim. This is the front side. This will be down the centers of the drapes and the bottom. I have not seen one rolled in like this. Okay. Usually they come on tubes. Okay. So they call this a sheer. It's It's not a typical sheer that most people think of, like a white or off-white sheer that's not printed, that goes on the window and behind curtains. This is a lightly woven sheer that has a print. Don't know if you can see all that print. It's really pretty, but the fabric, the way it has these different woven prints, you see that one's the way it's woven differently. This one's tighter. It's going to be a pain, and it's not going to hold pleats very well. Those areas that I told you when I can't just press them in, this may not stay very well. I'm going to call and find out. We normally do our shears the width. See, this is the selvage. This would be the top and the bottom. The stripe will be going up and down. But due to them not specifying, making sure, I think that's the way it's going to go. But I'm going to call and make sure, because sometimes decorators like to be different and they may want to go the up and down and have it widthwise. But I don't think so. But I do like to make sure before I go cutting anything, and we'll do it this way. Now that you've seen the fabric and the trim, I'm going to put y'all on hold, call, and make sure that I get the right direction of these stripes, if they want them for vertical or horizontal. Stay tuned for a new video, Sew With Me, the arched window. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a blessed day.